with your synth. Okay, hang on.
All right, I'm getting the live stream up and working, and then I will share my screen. And then let's see. All right, the screen is shared, and now we're not going to go viral because we don't have a sea shanty. So it's okay. A shout out to the 2 concurrent viewers currently watching on the live stream. We appreciate your dedication. Please like, share, and subscribe, I think is how the YouTube streamers say it these days.
You got to hit that little bell down there so you don't miss anything.
All right, we're gonna get this down. By the end of the pandemic, we're gonna be like A+ streamers, and we're gonna get we're gonna double the subscriber count. I mean, maybe what we should do is instead of just broadcasting announcements, we should like broadcast our live coding sessions. I've heard that's a thing that people watch. But we will get started around 7:05. So folks have 3 minutes to do whatever you need to prepare for the magic of the Code for Boston announcement session. Personally, I mostly sit here and get messages from folks and then try and respond promptly. Let's see. And with 1 minute left, I think I figured it out. What I really need to do is I need to add a sort of the classic AMC theater pre-movie reel. Get your Coca-Cola exit signs are located at both ends of the meetup. Just follow them if necessary. Please silence your phones. You don't want to disturb fellow meetup members during the announcements. And, sit back and enjoy the show. And with that, I think we can get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Code for Boston. My name is Matt, and I am on the leadership team here at Code for Boston, along with Harlan and Alex. We got Will's here from Code for America, so always excited when Will visits us, although since he's local and started out as a Code for Boston member / volunteer, guess it's less of a visit and more of a homecoming. And then I think Thad's also in the room, and potentially Brian. So if you have questions, need help with anything, feel free to ask any of those folks, and we'll be more than happy to help you all out. So the way this is going to work is we'll have some announcements, and then new folks can stay in here. Alex and I are going to give you the best meetup virtual orientation you have ever experienced. So setting the expectations high for tonight. Alex is going to be double high energy and have the most amazing intro question you have ever thought of. So very excited for that later. So with that, we'll start with announcements. Week 50 of virtual hack nights coming up on 1 year, if you'd believe it. So definitely working our way through. We have this down to a system, which is super exciting. But speaking of systems, one of the things that has been coming up is the issue of web hosting, and also opportunity to have folks get some additional support for their applications through Code for America's in-kind program. So this is information I think that's primarily useful for folks on the existing projects, although maybe a little interesting to new members. A lot of projects are hosted in various places. We have a couple projects hosted on the Code for Boston Amazon Web Services account, which is a subsidiary of the Code for America Amazon Web Services account. So if your partner is not providing you with hosting, and you don't have a hosting agreement with them, we do have Amazon Web Services available as a resource to everyone here. I've been spending a lot of time in it recently, so I can tell you all sorts of things about AWS, but just want to make sure that folks are aware that that's something that's available to you thanks to the fact that Code for America puts in so much great work and support on that front. But in addition to Code for America's support on Amazon Web Services, another thing that I've started playing with is we have a Code for America partnership with something called New Relic now. New Relic is an application performance monitoring software and program that you can plug in to your existing app, wherever it may be hosted. And so through their newrelic.org program, we have the New Relic Pro tier available for Code for Boston applications. It's pretty easy to add in if you have like something in Node or Python. And so if you're trying to, debug why something isn't working for some users, or trying to keep an eye on whether or not your performance of your app or your server is not working so great, New Relic is a good option to consider for this. And so just send me a message on Slack, and I can get you provisioned with an account under Code for Boston for New Relic, and then you can get that integrated into your account. So that's New Relic and AWS. And then in addition to that, we have a Code for America event tomorrow. I forgot to add on the event slide, but Will, do you want to talk about the event?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I'm Will Pfeffer. I'm on the network team at Code for America. Tomorrow is our usual monthly brigade workshop, but we're doing something a little bit different this time and sort of changing the format around a bit. So we're doing a brigade project stand-up, which we've done a few times in the past, but we're doing these a little bit differently now. Basically, the idea is that we will have a couple of brigade projects, or a couple of projects from brigades around the country, give an update for 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes about the project. And then our hope is to have anyone else who is there and working on a project give like a 1 or 2 minute update, just like we might do at these weekly Hack Night stand-ups, to give everyone a chance to sort of have a window into what other kinds of projects are going on around the country. But tomorrow, so tomorrow is the first one that we're doing of these. Yes, Rocco, they will be recorded. Thanks for the question. And they'll be posted to the Code for America YouTube page probably the next day or at some point this week. So tomorrow, the team from Code for Boston that's been working on the vaccinatema.com project will be presenting, as well as the Brigade Project Index, which is a sort of multi-brigade team that has a status board of GitHub projects from around the network. And then an interesting project from Code for Kentuckiana, or Kentuckiana, I suppose it's pronounced, that is a scraper and tracker for public utility data, which I think is particularly relevant given the power outages and weather that we've been having in places like the Kentucky-Indiana border area that are not used to that much ice. So I encourage everybody to join us. I just posted the link to register in the events channel on the Code for Boston Slack. So I hope to see you all there.
Awesome. Thanks, Will. So that just want to go over a few of our usual things. First and foremost, code of conduct. It's at codeforboston.org/code of conduct. And the gist of it is, if you feel like folks aren't respecting you in this space, please talk to one of us on leadership and we will take care of it. This is a safe environment and you can always email hello@codeforboston.org if you feel like folks are not being respectful, and we'll respond to it there. Want to encourage folks to connect on our email newsletter and on social media. We have a bunch of links at the bottom of our main site. Apologies to all the folks that usually enjoy the weekly newsletter. Last week was very busy and I took an unexpected week off. However, that means that, you'll kind of like a double stuffed Oreo, get double the amount of updates in this week's email newsletter. So if you haven't been subscribing to it, maybe sign up on the website and you'll get to enjoy that tomorrow morning. Of course, RSVP on meetup.com/codeforboston. That's how a lot of you have found out about us and how we get boosted in the meetup algorithm. I keep the latest Zoom link at codeforboston.org/room/CFB. Bookmark that link and you'll always end up in the right place. And then if you're not yet on Slack, slack.codeforboston.org is how you get the invitation to the community space or Slack team, where a lot of folks are doing the work and communicating with each other. It may or may not be as exciting as Clubhouse is these days, but I promise you that it provides everything that you'll ever need to keep yourself engaged with all the different Code for Boston projects and our community. And of course, we do subsist on your donations. So codeforamerica.org/donate to a brigade is how you can do that with a credit card. The more you donate, the more rewards points you can get, and the closer you can get to buying that airfare for when we can all travel again. But of course, if you're not donating yourself, don't forget to consider whether or not your employer might have a program to support us. We've worked with a whole bunch of employers and they have different ways of doing this, and you can talk to Harlan or I. We're happy to structure it in whatever way can work for folks. We're pretty flexible. So with that, project updates, let's start with my city. Do we have anyone from my city, Josh or Jamie? They might be off this week. Let's go on to safe water.
For the ArcGIS dashboard, we're still fixing a bug. It should be complete very soon now. The flagging website, we are complete. I don't know if the drum roll registered. So 8 months ago, we scoped out what we wanted. 8 months later, we have everything and more. It's unit tested, documented, in production. So the flagging website will be offboarding over the next month. It'll probably just be me and just talking back and forth with CRWA. And in ArcGIS dashboard's like a week behind us. So we are very close to done. Really exciting.
Awesome. Love to see it. I encourage folks to throw up celebratory emoji or however we do this in Zoom these days. But yeah, definitely excited to have seen the work that the folks have been doing on the Safe Water project, and hoping that as we think about sort of our next demo night, we can find a way to appropriately celebrate this awesome accomplishment and the great work that you have all done. So yeah, Safe Water is done. And so with that, Job Hopper, how are things going over there?
Well, our web dev site has gone down. for a moment, but I guess that happens sometimes. But last week we worked on our table polish, and our tree map is getting a key. We're working on that as well. And we're investigating smart search, because if you logged into Job Hopper and looked for doctor, you wouldn't get anything. So we're working on that, and we will continue to work on those tonight.
Sounds good to me. What about the Good Governance Project advocacy map?
Yeah, we are still plugging along. Our map is nearly complete, at least the components of the basics of it. So once that's up, we'll start getting feedback from end users and start tweaking. But the map that we're working on is almost there. So still plugging along.
Love it. Thanks, Matt. Anyone here from Plog Along?
Hi everyone, Eva here from Plug Along. We are plugging along on our next release. So yeah, some new features and some tweaks to existing features. So we welcome your participation.
Great. And you could, for Boston folks, please keep those 5-star reviews happening on the App Store. We need this app to continue to go viral. Next is Clean Slate.
Yeah, so the app team's been working on automated testing. We'll continue working on that. We went with our partner at GBLS, learned a bunch of things. So I think we'll be doing some debriefing on that tonight. And the data team is continuing to work on cleaning data and working on the new questions that our partner at CFJJ gave us.
Great. Thanks, Jeremy. Thad, how's Windfall doing?
Yeah, doing great. Last week we worked on the detailed calculator and getting the 2021 Social Security code in place. Definitely worked on to change up the environment a little bit, and we'll continue working on that this week. So anyone that really wants to learn how JavaScript and C++ code comes together for maximum results, come on over to Windfall Awareness tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Thad. Anyone here from Police Data Trust Project?
Yep, I'm here. No video on this machine, unfortunately, but we're breaking down into kind of the basic things that we need to get for the MVP, and we are trucking along.
Awesome. Thanks, Daryl. And then last but not least, the Vaccinate Massachusetts site.
Yeah, so basically the issue that we're facing is that Massachusetts was like 40th in the nation in vaccine rollout. It's improved a lot recently, but we want to continue to push on that. So we have a site called vaccinatema.com, and we post availability. And we have like 4 strategic goals that people may be interested in. One is to gather vaccine data in one place using web scrapers and volunteers. The second is to share vaccine availability in a way that's easily accessible through our website. And the third is engaging communities through social outreach to let people know when vaccines are available and encourage them to go get them. And the fourth is to do data analysis to ensure that the vaccine rollout is equitable. So those are our 4 basic goals. So we have like a bunch of people, but we're always looking for more. We have plenty of runway. So if you want to do data science, that's the 4th one, examining for equity. And then if you want to do front end or back end, that's our website. So our code's in React, and we have a Node and SQL database, Node backend and SQL database. So if you're interested in that. And then, of course, we can always use more volunteers and designers.
All right. Thanks, John. So with that, those are all the projects happening tonight. So if you know where you need to go, feel free to wave goodbye and head off to your project. New folks, please stay in here. Otherwise, everyone else, happy hacking.